have the wonderful Mutha Chucka.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, honey?
I'm excellent. It's so nice to be here.
This is our second show here at Oasis. We still are like, what the hell is going on? We have another show. What's going on with you in 2015?
I'm basically Malay Balenciaga, but a little darker. This week I was here, and then on Friday night I'll be at Club Something at the Stud.
Yay.
And then Saturday night I'll be here for Mother.
Yep.
And then Sunday I'll probably come to Lilith Fair because I performed at the first Lilith Fair.
No way.
And you'll perform at another one.
Yeah, I will. I may bring a CD and jump on the open mic.
Awesome. You're welcome.
If I'm motivated. If I have any energy left. And then I have a show in the Castro called Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll.
It's so fun!
It happens the first Saturday of the month, and it is super duper fun.
It's super awesome.
And I also host Try Something at the Stud on the third Friday of the month, which is super duper fun.
Totally awesome.
And I will be the MC for the 5th year running this April 5th for the Sisters Easter in the Park,
Wow.
which will be in Golden Gate Park.
Oh my gosh.
For the second year in a row, which is amazing.
That's
Last year was amazing. I mean, I don't need to plug global warming, but it makes for an amazing Easter in the Park, let me tell you. I'm like, it is not cloudy, it is beautiful in Golden Gate Park at Easter time now instead of raining, so it's pretty amazing.
We're turning into LA.
We are turning into LA, which I'm loving, in some respects.
Yes.
The weather's part, I love the weather part. But now Seattle's turning into San Francisco.
That's so scary.
Because now they have our weather.
That's scary.
It's sad because they have all the water.
Well, tell us a little bit about Sex, Drag, and Rock and Roll.
I actually just did some press for Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, so if this sounds a little canned, I'll probably be repeating what I told them.
That's okay.
We, much like the folks earlier, have a very diverse show. I have drag kings, I have folk queens, I have transgender people who are dressing up in the sex opposite them that they are now. I have, it's all over the map. And then we have burlesque people and comedians, and we run the gamut of color and race and everything else. I have Asian queens and black queens and Latin queens, and there's a few white people sprinkled in, but what else?
And super fun themes, though.
And great themes. Our theme next month is the real gay mafia housewives of San Francisco. Which can be, the beauty of it is they can interpret it however they want. And, people come up with amazing, fun numbers that are very creative. The show is free. It's in the Castro.
And it's at one of our favorite bars,
and it's at the Midnight Sun, which is a great fun bar. Yes. And the staff there is amazing. I love them. And I work with a lot of different, every queen that you probably had on your stage, I've had on my stage. Because I love the diversity of drag in the city, and I love to support that. And I'm sort of famous, I guess, for supporting new drag queens or getting them out there and getting them into these shows and having them perform. Try Something as a show for new drag queens. And I also, hold slots at my show for new drag queens. And, that's like one of my favorite parts of having done this for so many years is that, have these people, they all go on to win all these amazing contests. Sukasa was in my Easter number 5 years ago, my first hosting thing. Went on to become Miss Training Shack and all that amazing stuff. And lots of other ones. Sugar Beatus, and then, these people have children themselves, and, it becomes this, giant thing where you see, the kids of your kids of your kids of your kids. It's amazing to watch it all roll out and happen.
I know, you are essentially a mother of so many, and it's really awesome. You are very nurturing, you are very positive, very supportive. You definitely give people great advice. You are a total love. Do you think Hedrina would be upset if you had a show called Mother?
Just a little bit.
Well, actually, Mother will be at Mother this weekend. I wouldn't want a show called Mother. Maybe a bar called Mother's,
yeah,
but
that'd be really cute.
not a show. Who wants to go see a show about their mother?
So I went to your show, to the drag and sex
Sex, drag,
and rock
and
and roll, and it was crazy. I really like the fact that you bring everyone. Everyone come together. Everyone can perform. There's a lot of people in the community that they just want a place to perform, and that's the place to perform. How do you come to terms of not being cliquish, not being with your only the group that you know, but actually include other people, which is a very important thing for our community?
Well, I think part of it is that I, like Malay, didn't have a drag mother. I was, I learned on my own. I learned through experimenting. The first time I did a drag number was in the middle of the 1970s.
Has it always been in San Francisco?
No, it started, when I was a kid. I mean, I was 14. I was 14 the first time.
West Coast though?
No.
Oh.
No, outside of Boston, Massachusetts. My first performance was at the Church Youth Organization Talent Show.
Oh my
the
God.
CYO Talent Show. I literally, you could have heard a pin drop.
And
I
you were
stopped the fucking show.
And you were a drag girl?
I stole I didn't steal it, it was my mother's. On my mother's closet floor, I found a wig, and I stole her, fancy nylon negligee. And I blew up some balloons and I used them as tits. I taped them to my chest. And it was all a big secret, but me and my best friend were producing the show. So nobody knew.
That's awesome.
And I walked out onto the stage and I lip synced to Natalie Cole, This Will Be.
Wow.
So every time I hear the Match.com commercial, I think of my first time in drag. I mean, I think of myself on that stage, which was about the size of the stage out here, with, metal chairs lined up and everybody's parents watching us. And, my parents were very cool, but they had no idea. I mean, nobody knew. When my number was over, you could have heard a pin drop in the Catholic school gymnasium where I performed.
Did you have a different name, like Child Chucker or something like that?
And I actually didn't answer your first question, but I don't even know. I don't even think I thought of a drag name then. I mean, who even knew? Like, I don't even think I knew what drag. I knew what drag queens were, but I didn't really have a sense
It was
of
called
like,
theater.
naming and all that. Yes, it was theater. It was my talent. But because of that, because I started on my own and just experimented and went on and on and on. When I meet young drag queens who don't really have a drag mother or don't have someone, I am super encouraging, and I drag them to my house and I'm like, let's put on makeup together, let's get ready together. I want you to be in my numbers. When I need backup, I draw those kids in so they can get some experience on the stage. I mean, there's a lot, I did backup as a drag performer for 10 good years before I suddenly hit the San Francisco stage at Tranny Shop. And Equina's other show.
I know.
The one that we shall not say the name. Whatever. I always called myself a tranny, and that's not changing.
Yeah.
Young people who have a different definition of the word are not gonna fucking tell me what I can call myself after 45 years.
No one's gonna fuck with mother.
Right,
no
exactly.
one's gonna fuck with mother.
That's another story.
Well, we won't get into the political side of that. I just want to, one more time, promote your shows.
Sex Drags Rock and Roll is April 4th. Easter in the Park is April 5th. This weekend I'll be at Mother here at Oasis in San Francisco. An amazing venue. Applause to Helena and Darcy, their other investors, and everybody who works here. We love them. Friday night I'll be at the Stud. If you go to muthachucka.com, you can see my calendar.
Oh my God, awesome.
It changes all the time. I mean, I'm constantly adding stuff and doing new stuff, and I support new shows as well as new performers. So,
Totally.
it's find me everywhere.
Yay. And you can get a lighter too. The famous Mutha Chucka
If you're
lighter.
lucky.
That's right.
If you're lucky.
Anyway, let's give it up for Mutha Chucka! Thank you, Mama Dora. Thank you, Malay Balenciaga. And Mercedes Monroe, Dottie Lux.